स्क्रीन दिखाओ तो तुमको
आज्ञा सर।
हम पेपर होची लेबर लेजिस्लेशन हमें कौन डिस्कस करते रहे ने लेबर लेजिस्लेशन न किमिति लॉ क्रिएट होची how it is drafted then accepted by parliament how it is converting to bill then how it is converting to act last class रे हमें ये डिस्कस करते तापरे एक्चुअली तुम सिलेबस रे गुड़ाए act अच्छी गुड़ाए law अच्छी the first one is industrial dispute act we will discuss few things on that this each act will give 2-3 class today we will discuss regarding industrial dispute act we'll start with that the first act in your syllabus what do you mean by industrial dispute act the first thing is definition industrial dispute an industrial dispute according to section 2k section there are different sections in our act you know there is section this is a law paper you will have many sections and you have to remember the section numbers sometimes hard questions may come or in your writing if you write the section number it will give a good impression so you have to remember the section number an industrial dispute according to section 2k of the industrial dispute act 1947 any dispute coming between the employer and employees that means what within one organization there are multiple senior management multiple partnership or one employer to another employer one owner to another owner there may be conflict there may be dispute then workman to employee between the workman this worker the employee and the employer there could be some misunderstanding conflict those are dispute workman and workman means two workers can have the conflict have the dispute so these are three reasons employer and workman employer to employer employer to workman and workman with workman so these are the different possible reasons where the conflict can arise in any definition, any meaning, you will have these 3 points. You can remember or write the section number, and this is very generic, very understandable. It's your employer and workman, workman and worker. So these 3 reasons you can have conflict, you can have dispute, you can have misunderstanding. So to resolve this industrial act came into picture. An industrial dispute according to section 2k. You can remember this. This is very important. Section 2k of the Act 1947. And this 3 point. This is the definition. Then we can understand the schedule. What is the schedule? You go to any act, any law, so this will give the additional information, additional, since you can say one category, one group in a law, or one section, there are different schedules, first to fifth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. There are 5 schedules, talks about 5 things. The first schedule is talking about the types of company declared to be public company or private company. The second schedule is about the jurisdiction. Second and third, which jurisdiction? Suppose there are some dispute will resolve in the labor court. There is some dispute will resolve in the industrial tribunal. So those are mentioned in the second schedule and third schedule. Which kind of disputes will go to labor court? Which kind of dispute will go to industrial tribunals? These are mentioned in the second and third. Fourth is talking about condition of service for change of notice. So this is another schedule, fourth schedule, which is condition of service of change. So you remember these 5 points. The fifth one is unfair labor practice. Suppose any dispute coming because of unfair labor. One unfair labor practice is, suppose you have a factory, you are recruiting women or children, but not giving them the proper security, proper facility, proper. So they are struggling a lot. So that is unfair labor practice. So that kind of issues we'll talk about in the fifth schedule. There are different schedules. You can remember. First to fifth, there are 5 types of schedule. You can remember what is coming on and the dispute, the conflict, whatever mentioned in the schedule will go and fall under that jurisdiction, that area of then we'll read about industrial dispute objectives. What is the main objective? Forget about this point. You now know the Industrial Dispute Act. The main objective to create a good relation between employer and employee. Maintain the peace and harmony. We read about in another paper. It is peace and harmony. The main objective is this act to resolve, maintain the good relations between workers and the owner, employer and employee. The objective of the Industrial Dispute Act is to secure industrial peace and harmony by providing machineries and procedure for the investigation and settlement of the industrial dispute by negotiation. So if there are conflicts, suppose ଦି ଜଣ ଲୋକ ଝଗଡ଼ା ଲାଗୁଛନ୍ତି, ତମେ କ'ଣ କରିବ? different rule apply କରିକି machinery. Here we are talking about procedure and machinery. Machinery means not the machine, different techniques. Suppose conciliation, arbitration, court is a technique. Or you are giving, suppose ତମେ ତମ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଝଗଡ଼ା ହଉଛ, ତମ ଘରେ ଦିଟା ପିଲା ଝଗଡ଼ା ହଉଛ, ତୁମର ମା ବାପା କ'ଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି? ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କନସଲ୍ଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି, ତାପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଅର୍ଡର ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, ଗୋଟେ ଯାହାହେଲେ ଗୋଟେ ଡିସିଜନ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି. That is called conciliation. That is one machinery and procedure. There are different process. We'll read. Industrial Dispute Act 1947 is the act that regulates the labor laws as it concerns all the workmen or all the people employed on the Indian mainland. It came into force on 1st April 1947. 1st April 1947 ने it is implemented. This industrial act, it came into force on 1st April 1947 to encourage the good relations between labor and industry. So we understood this, the good relations between labor and industry, and provide a medium of settling dispute through adjudicator authorities. What is adjudicator authority? Different judicial system, different courts, maybe small court, high court, supreme court, these are nothing but adjudicator authority. To provide a committee for dispute settlement between industry and labor with the right of representation by registered trade union or by association or employee. Prevent utilization, prevent unauthorized strikes. And suppose you have a proper rules, regulations written in an act that will prevent your lockout, your strike, your get out. That is what mentioned here. Prevents unauthorized strikes. Reach out to labor that has been laid off unrightfully. Suppose your organization has fired or lay off some people who has not done anything, who has no issues in a unrightfully. Suppose your organization is laying off people because they don't have a solid reason. Suppose one organization is incapable of recruiting people or paying money, paying salary, they don't have any raw material to produce the material, produce the product, new product. In that case, they may lay off. Suppose there is no reason, but they are laying off some people. So, through dispute act, you can reach out to those people who are laid off. Then you can talk and discuss with the organization. Provide labor the right to collective bargaining and promote conciliation. Collective bargaining, what I was talking sometimes before, and promote conciliation. Suppose you are quarreling with your colleague due to some problems. You thinking that you will win, and your friend is thinking, your colleague is thinking that he will win. But nothing will happen in that fighting. So either of you or your friend will win. So you will be the winner, that person will be the loser. All that person is the winner, you will be the loser. But if someone will consult you and you both together join hand and come to a conclusion that you will lose something, he will lose something, you will gain something, he will gain something. So ultimately both the party will be in a win-win situation. So that means that is one type of resolution, one type of dispute resolution that is also mentioned in the act. And that type of conciliation is promoted. This act is actually promoting. These are the different objectives of act. We have some more point. So you can write this as objective, as features, as concept. Once you read this, all these points are same. The main objective of the act is to provide mercenaries and settlement. This is the same thing. Industrial dispute includes conflict between employer and employee about the terms and conditions of the employment. The conflict can arise different reasons like monetary reason, bonus, terms and conditions. Here we mentioned means terms and conditions regarding the employment, different rules, regulations, retirement benefit, insurance, canteen, there are a lot of things. So issue may come out of anything. The Act provides the several authority to be contributed, to be constituted or established for the settlement of dispute and for maintaining good relations between the employer and employee. The ultimate goal of this act is to maintain good relations between employer and employee. It provides the procedure of for the settlement of dispute through conciliation, arbitration, and other techniques. These are different techniques. These are machineries. These are different mechanism, conciliation, arbitration, and other techniques. We'll read further in the coming slide. These are different techniques which will be applied in resolving the issues. The Act provides the procedure for imposing legal strike or lockout, of having valid layoff and retrenchment. There are difference between lockout, layoff, and retrenchment. Layoff is something if the company is asking some people to leave during coronavirus. Some companies they asked people to leave because they thought these people are overhead for the company. The company is not making that money. So that is layoff. Our company is not doing proper revenue, proper money, proper return, not getting anything, or the company is not having the raw material to produce new product. So in those cases, company can lay off people. That is layoff. Lockout is driven from the employee when or sometimes it's driven from the employer when the employer close the factory because there is some other reason and the retrenchment is when people are asked to leave because of some other reason. When when someone is on a leave or a long leave or absconding case or the company is asking a person to leave completely from the organization, that is retrenchment. So there is slightly difference between lockout, layoff, and retrenchment. The Act provides procedure for imposing legal strikes. Unfair labor practice. Unfair labor practice is something I was giving some example when you are asking children to work in your factory or women to work but not providing proper facility. Anyone, suppose a person is working in morning to evening, but you don't have proper place to provide them or the food, the lunch system, you don't have anything. If a person is not carrying lunch from the home, you should have canteen, you should have proper environment to work. So that kind of things are unfair labor practice and provides parties penalties for its contravention. So these are silent features. Salient features you can write as concept, as features, as characteristics, and the meaning of the objectives of the Industrial Disputes Idea Act 1947. The question may come in any way, the objectives, the concept, the features. So you can write all those points as 2 slides, whatever I told. We'll read few concepts. We'll take a break here. In next 5 minutes maximum, we can join. Then we can read few concepts on this idea. Like what are the questions coming in the? I have 2-3 sample questions. We can discuss that after the break.
Okay, sir.